Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to your first time here. I'm May, and today is a really fun video. This is going to be my October TBR, but this is actually going to be Mooing with Friends episode 2. And this coming month, my friend Friday, who is known as Friday Thing on Instagram, picked out my entire TBR for the month. This is my second time doing this, and I am thrilled and terrified and just every emotion. I'm feeling it about this. I've already seen the books. I've known about them for a little bit because we had to go through them, make sure I could read them, make sure I had access to them, make sure I could stomach them because it is Halloween, so I did want spooky books. I didn't want him to go too light on me. So Friday has crafted me a TBR of 15 books and I'm going to go through them and I'm going to talk about how this one's going to work. The first one went so well that I have been so excited to get to this one. I was like, yeah, it was so excited. And this one's going to be a little bit different. Done in a similar but different manner. So, let's just start with the books before I get into how it's going to work. Friday sent me a list of 15 books. I am not sure if I'll get to all 15. So, I've actually selected 12 that I'm guaranteeing to get through. And then I have put the other 3 on a backlist, a maybe list, or just adding to my TBR to read another time list. So I made this little graphic to show them off. A wider range of books here. And they were in categories. And I'm going to read the categories as like he sent them to me so that you get the full effect. Because even though I did look these up on Storygraph, I don't remember what they're about. And I don't want to go back and look. Because I like to go in these blind as possible. But I do know the genres of a lot of these. That's why I'm not going to be doing the same way that I did Pussycats, where I guess the genre. I can't do that because I do know the genre for all of them. I just don't remember the synopsis of them, and I rather not know the synopsis. I'd rather just go into blind. So, he gave me the first category was trigger warning for gore. If you don't know, I don't handle gore very easily. It's one of my biggest triggers in books. But I was like, you know what? As long as it's not horrifically detailed, I should be able to get through it, especially for spooky season. So I'm going to be reading The Sewer Sharks and The Cotton Candy Massacre, both by Christopher Robertson. They're silly and goofy and spooky and scary, so they seem like they're going to be perfect for October. Both the books that's underneath the cosmic horror section are related to Cthulhu books. The first one is The Cthulhu Cat. And it's a graphic novel of the cosmic horror but made really cute. And then the other one was The Call of the Cthulhu. And Friday let me know that the original author was super racist, but he's also dead. So he wouldn't get my money by reading them. But I still didn't really love the idea of reading him. So I'm actually going to read the graphic novel that someone else did. That's based on those stories, but wasn't done by a racist. So I'm going to do that one instead. And then he gave me a category of books that we know our friend Allie has read and enjoyed, and it was Dark Harvest, and then Hide by Kirsten White. And then the books he either thinks I'm gonna love or hate is Mort by Terry Pratchett, the Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, The Imaginary Corpse by Tyler Hayes, and then there was a young adult category, which was The Polar Bear Explorers Club by Alex Bell, The Lonely Heart of Maybelle Lane by Kay O'Shaughnessy. And then the last category, which is my favorite, is the Wild Smut category. And we have Wear a Puffer by Mina Shea and Bad Kraken by Jaina Cantrell. Oh, and then there was one more Wild Smut, which was The Serpent of Sky and Flame by Rebecca Kennedy. Final book that he put on this list, which isn't under a category, any of those categories, it's just one of his favorite fantasy books, is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. This book was longer than I was wanting from him, and it's a series. So he was like, if you don't read it, it's fine, because you did give me some rules and this kind of breaks the rules, but if you find time for it, please do read it. And I agreed. I was like, okay, I'm going to put it as a maybe, and then if I find the time for it, I will read it. If not, it'll go on my TBR going forward that I'll eventually get to in maybe 2026. So that is one of the maybes. The other 2 maybes were books that I already had in my radar of knowing exist. So I was like, if I don't read these, they'll get read at some point. And they was The Imaginary Corpse and the Polar Bear Explorers Club. I already know about those books, and I already had them on my radar of like wanting to read eventually. I just didn't have like specific nailed down plans for them. So they're going on the maybes. So the maybes are going to be Mistborn, The Imaginary Corpse, and the Polar Bear Explorers Clubs. The 12 books that I have to read for a fact are the ones in this graphic. It's going to be The Cthulhu Cat, The Call of the Cthulhu, Hyde, Dark Harvest, Murnt, Bad Kraken, Werepuffer, The Cabin at the End of the World, The Lonely Heart of Maybelline Lane, Cotton Candy Massacre, Super Storks, and Serpents of Sky and Flame. These are all under 200 pages, like 200 to 250 pages. So these ones all seem very doable because I don't know how busy I'm going to be in October because it's going to be a very heavy gaming month and I have a lot of special events planned on stream. So I didn't know how much reading I'll be getting to. So reading might end up being like a bit of a back burner for October. So these ones being short seem more of a possibility to get through. So instead of guessing the genre, because I already know them, I'm just going to guess what I think I'll give them. Like if I think I'll give them a 5 or not. Instead of doing like the 4, 3, I think I'm just going to say if I think I'm going to love them or if I think I'm going to not like it. Just based off the cover and what a little bit of it I know. Okay. Starting left to right on the graphic would be The Cthulhu Cat. I think I'm going to love it. It looks really cute. It's a graphic novel. I love graphic novels. Like I said, the picture that I have is not the one that I'm actually reading for The Call of the Cthulhu because I found out after I made this graphic that I'm going to read the graphic novel based off of these stories but wrote by someone else. I think I'm a little iffy. Like, maybe love, maybe not like. And then Hyde, I don't think I'm going to love. Just based off the cover. And then Dark Harvest, I think I'm going to love. I think I'm going to love it. More, I'm scared. I'm scared because this is a huge commitment if I do love it. So I'm going to say like a maybe. Like I'm very in the middle of. And then Bad Kraken and Werepuffer and Serpents of Sky and Flames, those are all smuts. I think I'm gonna love them. And then Cabin at the Inner World, I'm like, more leaning towards I don't think I'm gonna love it. And The Lonely Hearts of Maybelline Lane, I think I will love. And Cotton Candy Massacre and Sewer Sarks is like very much like in the middle as well. More leaning towards maybe not loving based of like what they're about and the content warnings. I'm gonna give them a try. And if I DNF one of them, I can substitute one of the other 3 that I have on my maybes list. So it will work out in the long run. But I don't know, because some of the books that I thought I wouldn't like for the Pussycat one, I ended up loving. So this is just like the initial reaction to the cover and the very little things I know about it. Those are what I think is going to happen. I would like to get at least 3 5 stars off of this list. That'd be what I'm aiming for. We've gone over what books I'm going to be reading. I'm going to talk about how I'm going to be reading them. The only request that Friday had was that I use a wheel spin to pick the books in the order that I'm going to read them. He was like, I want it to be chaos. I want you to never know what's going to happen next. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I want you to never know what's coming. Like, he's like, you might go from a scary book to a smutty book to a YA or like, he's like, I want it to be complete, pure chaos in the best way possible. So I have stuck all 12 books into a wheel spinner. And we will spin this wheel every time that I'm going to start a book. I'm actually going to do the first one right now because it's almost end of the September anyways. I would like to know what I'm going to read for the first of the month. And it's like a little like tease of like what to expect. And you guys will get like a little sneak peek of what the October wrap up video will have in it. So we are going to go ahead and spin this wheel. And then I'll talk more about like the process of how October TBR is going to work. Well, the one that I said I don't think I'm gonna love just straight out is the one I have to start the month out with. Interesting. Interesting way. I mean, kind of in a good way maybe, because then if I don't like it, I get it out of the way. And just like a little reminder, I'm not reading the one by the racist. I'm reading a graphic novel that's based off the stories. I just didn't put it into the graphic right because I already made the graphics before this video. So like substitute that into your brain. And it is a graphic novel, so maybe that means I'll have higher hopes of enjoying it. but I was not expecting this to be the first one that I had to read. I actually thought I was going to land on Cotton Candy Massacre, and I would have much preferred that than the Call of the Cthulhu. I'm excited. We're going to see how this goes. So that is going to be the first book that I read in October. The Call of the Cthulhu. Good thing I already have it downloaded. It's going to be a fun time. Okay. And then on to like how this is all going to work. Friday has requested that he sees my thoughts like in full and at random times. So typically with a wrap-up video, I just do like my review of the book after I finish it, or like I do like a 50% check-in. Friday wants me to just react to like things as I go. So that means my wrap-up video is going to be pretty long. It's going to be a pretty long video because not that I'm going to like record myself the entire time, but I have a plan to read some of these on stream. So then I would have like the footage from stream, and then I can just cut the moments of me reacting to things and put in the wrap up. But that does mean that it would be heavily spoiler territory. Like if I'm reacting to things and telling you what I'm reacting to and why I'm reacting to it that way, that means it'd be a lot of spoilers. So a heads up to the video that doesn't even exist yet, but this video, like the one that comes out at the end of October, will be very, very heavy on spoilers. Friday just wants me to like react to the things in the moment because some of the things he says happens are like really crazy and wild. And he doesn't want to just see me talking about it in a review. He wants me to be like, oh, you guys won't believe what just happened, or you won't believe what position he had them in, and you won't believe who put what where, and you won't believe what just came out of this. And he wants all of that, which I can honestly respect, because if you're going to give me all these wild books, you deserve to see it unfolding in real life. Instead of just being like, oh yeah, I finished this book 4 days ago, and yeah, this was kind of cool, and blah, blah, blah. Like, he wants to see almost more like real time reactions. So just prepare yourself for like a really long video, which would be great for like if someone wants to put it on as background noise, or like while you crochet or work on other things. It'd probably be the perfect video for you. So I think I covered everything about how the TBR video and how October is going to work. I'm really excited for all of these. I'm excited. I'm nervous and I'm excited. I'm really excited for this wild smut, because in his Discord message, he was like, the Serpent in Sky and Flame one, he says that the character like hangs off of the dragon port like a sloth. And I'm like, what? That's literally the message that he sent me. And I was like, I need to know. I need to know. I just enjoy wild smut, even as an asexual, because it's just so fucking silly and goofy, and it's usually like really funny to read. Like it's almost like meant to be funny, like more than like a masterpiece. You can let me know in the comments if you've read any of these. Obviously not Friday, because I know that you've read these. But anyone else, let me know if you've read any of these. Let me know if any of these are on your TBR, or if you're gonna add any of these to your TBR after seeing me talk about them. You can let me know on what you might be reading in October in general. I'm really excited, and it's going to be a really good spooky month, and I think all of these books fit the spooky month vibe for the most part. Like, when I think about October, I think about wild smut and, like, spooky, scary things more so than anything. So, like, this list, other than the, like, 2 YA books, is going to be, like, the perfect vibe for Halloween. Not that the YA books can't be a good time. They're just, like, not, like, spooky, like, or smutty. So, like, they're going to be enjoyable, but, like, he did a really good job of picking out books that are, like, perfect for this season. And once again, it is my friend Friday and his username is ShinyThing on Instagram, and then it's FridayThing on Twitch. I'll have it linked below so you know exactly where to go. But yeah, this is Mooing with Friends, episode 2, TBR video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys better just buckle up for the wrap up of getting to see all my reactions. It's gonna be like a movie. I'm so excited. Friday, I'm so excited. I was scared for a while at what you were gonna pick for me, but now that I've seen the books and looked at the warnings and looked at the plot, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be a fun fucking month. And if I don't like the books, it's still gonna be fun, because then I can like channel my inner spooky character and like rage about them. So it's like, either way, it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be good content no matter what. But yeah, I'm going to see you guys when I see you. If that's gonna be in the October wrap up, if that's gonna be before then, please leave me a like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And let me know if you would like to participate in a future Mooing with Friends episode. I do them every 3 months. So the next one will be in January, which is my friend Paris's turn. But then after that, I have no one. Like, no one put down at all. And if I get a lot of asks to be in them, I could always do them more than 3 months. But 3 months feels like a good time period between them. Because then if I have like readathons or anything like that, then I'm like still getting done my own TBRs. Because, you know, my TBR is never ending already on its own. And I do these videos. I didn't even say it in this video, but I do these kinds of things because I love learning about new books that I wouldn't have found on my own. Like these 12 books, I never would have read on my own, never would have known about most of these. So this video series is like a perfect way of like introducing myself to new authors, new books, new tropes that I might want to read in the future. Like, it's such a great way of like diversifying and expanding my reading tastes. And so far, I've really enjoyed it. I haven't had a bad episode yet, but this also is only episode 2. So maybe I'm like jinxing it, but I will see you guys when I see you. This is the end of the video. Bye-bye, and happy spooky season. When this comes out, it's going to be really close to spooky season. So I hope you have a very amazing one. Bye, friends.